all the curse of truth. I'm very happy that this book is now published and a subtler side, a deeper dimension of Gita is being brought to the readers. As Krishna was a great diplomat and understood that human beings are very clever and they cannot accept truth in a straightforward manner. He, in his advice to Arjuna, used his diplomacy. And the essence of his diplomacy is always, especially of the divine diplomacy which he used, that give absurd conditions and solutions to such difficult people who are so proud of their limited intellect. That's the difference between a father and a mother, I should say. As we say in Hindi, सीधे हाथ घी न निकले तो टेढ़े हाथ का टेढ़ी उंगली करनी पड़ती है. The first and foremost thing we have to understand that Sri Krishna is a divine incarnation. And he came at a time where we needed to understand what is the essence of dharma. For example, I have been quite surprised the way people explain him. As far as the Hinsa is concerned, that Sri Krishna preached ahimsa to such an extent that we have to look after all the mosquitoes of Delhi. Such absurd things people have deducted by what Krishna tried to emphasize in Sri Gita. When the war started, Arjuna actually became nervous, I can say, and he said, I would not like to fight my own kith and kin and my guru. So Sri Krishna says, they are already dead, they are killed. Because they were not enlightened people, are already dead people, their eyes are not open. Whom are you going to kill here? Just you have to remove some people from this earth to establish dharma. Now the idea of dharma, according to us, is some sort of a Hinduism or Islamism or some sort of a ism. It is not. Dharma is a valency in a human being. Just like carbon has 4 valencies, dharma has 10 valencies in a human being. And when a person falls down from there, then he loses his powers as a human being. One of the examples is that at the time of war, Karna, the great generous man, very well known for his great virtues, was cut up by a weed of his chariot. And he could not take out his leg out of that chariot. When Arjuna faced him and raised his own Gandiva, and Karna challenged him saying that I am a Veera. is chivalrous person, a person who is fighting. And you are another warrior. And in dharma, when I have no weapons on me, you cannot kill me with your weapons. That time Sri Krishna pointed at him like this. And he said, kill him. Where was his warrior virtues when Draupadi was insulted? Draupadi's insult was the greatest sin that was committed, and what was he doing at that time? And Arjuna killed Karna. This is dharma. He is called as Leeladhara, the one. For him, the whole world is a play. And that's why he says that already they are killed. That doesn't mean that you start killing people, becoming violent because you do not agree with some people. Sri Krishna can say whom to kill. You have to be a realized soul to understand why Sri Krishna had to ask him to kill and why the goddess had to kill so many demons. But the idea today is we should try to be sympathetic towards also demons and the devils who are spreading Asuri Vidya everywhere. And we should be sympathetic with all the people and there is good in everyone. That's not Krishna's message. He showed his love by killing the demons. I don't know in this book if I have talked on this point or not. Because he had very limited subjects which he dealt with. And I didn't want to pressurize him with some new subject matters. But there's one thing definitely which I didn't say there, which is a very important point one should try to see. That the awareness, Chetana, the awareness goes downward of a human being. And the roots of the tree of the awareness are in the brain. So one has to take to Urdhvagati means the ascent and not the descent. A human being is born in the Bhavasagara, which is, as we call, in the void, as you can see here clearly in Sahaja Yoga. Either he can go upward or he can go downward. Now see how the human awareness has reached Adhogati, is a downward descent. Very simple to see if you understand what Krishna meant, that the roots are in the brain. When I've been in the Western countries, I realized it much more. Because they are supposed to be advanced, developed, sophisticated, educated, intellectual, whatever you may call them. I've been to all communist countries and all the democracies and all kinds of isms. And what I realized, that exactly what Sri Krishna had said, that Asuri Vidya will take over. The descent of awareness is seen clearly in those countries. Thank God we are not that advanced. Descent starts from the Nabi Chakra, as we call it, where a person starts seeking the food, this, that, and other requirements. Then it starts moving downward. The essence of the Nabi Chakra is Swaha. Swaha is the consumption. It consumes it. It aggresses everything, consumes, just like the fire. In the same way, once upon a time, these developed countries spread all over the world, started consuming everyone. Ruling our country, China, all kinds of countries, they went round all over the world. Thank God Columbus missed his point, otherwise we would not have been here. He went to America and you cannot find aboriginals unless and until you enter into some far-fetched places like Peru. Then the consumption of money on the economic ground started. Then the consumption of the Mother Earth started at the Bhu level. But the Bhurva is the Antariksha, is the whole universe. We are going to the sun, we are going to the moon, we are going to this, we are going to that. What about going inside, in the ascent? Now, little bit, they are seeing it that there's intelligence also, plus the energy. But you are seeing it from the outside. That's the intelligence of God Almighty, whether you like it or not.